I try to laugh about it, but boys, don't cry.
Bro, I was like into fucking The Cure. Now I don't even remember a single song.
That's the only song I know.
It's Friday, and I'm in love.
I try to laugh about it. Can you hear me perfectly fine?
Yeah, I hear you pretty good.
Sick.
I think it was like better when we were like together, like close by. But I'm gonna blame it on my internet.
Okay.
Where are you at right now? Like inside your room?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Oh.
Okay. 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 Oh. You live in my fantasy. Every time I make love, you make sense behind my eyelids. 20 vision. Keep it hitting me with precision. I can only see your face when I close my eyes. Can I get a kiss? Can you make it live forever? I think I'm about to go to war. I want you here. Can I? Yeah. Okay. What the fuck do you mean?
What the fuck do you mean with your duck color eyes? It's something else.
I give up my bakery to have a piece of your pie. Ugh.
Coming in the damn studio.
Good morning.
Good afternoon.
This is the Fools Podcast bonus episode. We trying out to see anything. We all on our phones.
Your mom's a bonus episode.
We're not even in the van.
We're not even in the van today. Well, I'm in my car. I'm in the Mini.
I'm in my junkyard car.
Wait, and then Ivan, where you at?
I'm in my backyard. Got doggos everywhere.
Got the doggos everywhere. They go and bark eventually, but we'll try to get stuff in before that.
Hell yeah. Damn, dog.
All right. Damn, dog. Stupid dog. You made my podcast bad. Wooga.
Dumb dog. I make better dog. Ah.
You stupid dog. I build better dog. Ah.
So I have some drop topics that I wanted to talk about from the last episode.
Right. What you got?
Wow.
What? I wanted to talk about our 4th of July, bro. We didn't get to talk about that. My day started off by going to work. It was a full workday day. So I went to the first job, and my plan was to go to Wendy's because the fireworks shows that are over there are pretty amazing. So that was the plan. But, motherfuckers don't shoot fireworks like at 2 to 5. I had to be at work at 5.
Goddamn.
So I was just kind of there. I was like, all right, well, I leave work early today, like at 9. So I'll leave the Wendy and the kids here, go to work, and then come back and hopefully catch the shows, And then, it all worked out in the end. And then I left even earlier because everyone wanted to leave early at work. Everyone, like, they let us leave earlier. They basically let us leave, like, the second we closed.
Good down. What time you guys close? Like at 10?
We closed at 8.
Oh, good.
Yeah, we closed at 8, and then, like, we left a little bit after 8. We're, like, literally waited for the last person to leave. Oh, shit, did we lose Ivan?
Yeah, we lost Ivan.
Well, that's what it is about these fucking... I'm gonna text Ivan. Ivan, come back.
Baby, come back. You can blame it on yourself. Baby, come back.
Imagine he's going on like a tangent right now.
He still thinks he's recording.
Yeah. Oh, he back.
Well, hey, what's up? How's it going?
What you do?
We have money on what you did.
All right, let's hear it.
It was a pretty cool day. And then what else I got? Boruto and Chainsaw Man. I got their new mangas. I was gonna read it and then talk about it on the podcast, but I didn't have the time. I fucking knocked out while editing.
Yikes.
So, all right, I got $5. You went to Grand Summoners right now.
Hey, that's kind of, man.
What about Angel? What's your guess?
It was kind of the same thing. I just said you went to another app.
Nah. You're both
What
wrong.
Hmm?
So what I did was, since I'm not using my earphones no more, it kind of sounds like you guys are coming from the phone, like as if I'm talking on the phone with you guys. So I was like, you know what? Maybe I could put this shit on speaker. So I started pushing buttons, and then it took me out.
It's like, stop messing with it.
We're doing one recording.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you finish your story?
All right, corpse husband. So yeah, the 4th of July show was really dope. A lot of fireworks went off. We had our own, and I shot some Roman candles, which was pretty cool.
Some bottle rockets.
Nah, it was like the one where you like hold it and like it shoots out.
Some Piccolo Pete's.
You should have shot my.
Or for legal reasons, I could be lying about that. But either way. Another thing I wanted to say about getting these girls for people, right? Who eating? I bet you it's Ivan.
It is.
Yeah. And it was like, all right, I spent so long with these guys already. I head to the back and I find a grill that's over there, and you know how big those big stores are. So I'm like, and when I finally see them, like it was like literally the final stretch. Behind me, my foot, and it starts to tip. This shit's like some fucking like slow motion Zack Snyder shit. I look it back, I'm like, no. I put like into it. It's my muscles. I started like trying to flip it back up. Nothing was happening, bro. It was gone, and the stainless steel corners of these grills, like the so
Somebody?
what happened?
You killed somebody?
They could probably kill somebody, bro. Nah, but they took out a pretty big chunk from my fingers.
Oh yeah, I remember you had that.
Yeah, only skin wise. They're healing up, but like you can definitely tell that. So fucking that happens. I drop the fucking grill. The grill's damaged now, and I'm bleeding in my hand. And I look at them and I'm like, I'll get you guys another grill. And I head in, and like I start to clean up my hand and everything, and the workers were worried, like they're like wondering how I was and blah blah. I'm like, it's cool, but I need like someone to get them a grill. And they were like, oh, don't worry about that, blah blah blah. So I didn't worry about it. I cleaned up. I put bandages and everything. One of the girls there at customer service were training to be a nurse, so it was real cool that she like bandaged me up.
Damn, medic though.
Basically. And then
Medic.
I head back to work and I start doing like shit. Somebody else asked for a grill, so I go check out if we have it, and then I was gonna give it to them. And I look over and I see the people still waiting, and I'm like, oh my god. So I went back again, got another one, and walked
Round
it
two?
forward. Yeah, round 2.
It's
And
on
well, that was that. And talking about work and how shitty it is, my old building at Amazon, somebody took a shit right on that floor, dog.
Fuck yeah, fuck the system. We be shitting on the system.
Bro, dead ass though. Like, and then Liz told me the other day that there was, because I told her that happened, and she was like, oh, when I was driving for them and everything, she was in one of the cars, and she like braked, and a piss bottle came up like from underneath the seat. And then she looked to the side, so she calls and she's like, "There's a fucking piss bottle in here." And then the boss or whatever was like, you could come back, take my car or whatever, blah blah. And it was like a new car, like a Mercedes and stuff. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. And that's pretty dope. But also, that's disgusting. Like, imagine like she takes the other car, and then she breaks, and even like a bigger bottle comes out.
What about the guy going home? Like he's going home, he's like, did I throw my piss bottle out?
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. I either threw it out or emptied it. One of those.
He has a piss gallon.
Yeah, the 5 gallons.
He has a 5-gallon hat full of piss.
We in Texas now, boy. Another thing, that the carnival is in town, and I just wanted to say that to you guys, that I'm pretty excited that we could take like pictures. It'll just like, you know, it matches the Fools podcast. Cool.
How so?
Carnival, clowns, fools,
Jesters.
bro. I watched a video the other day about how the fools or like medieval jesters were.
I
Back
watched
then,
the same video, dog.
You're lying.
Yeah. It recommended it to me too, but I got too lazy to watch it.
Yeah, it was recommended.
It was
to
that
me,
British
yeah.
guy with the glasses and the bald head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
I've seen some of his
What they
videos
say?
before.
Really?
But yeah, it recommended
cool.
it to me, and I watched it, and I was like, "Oh, that's cool." They were like intellectuals because
Yeah,
I know
they're like financial advisors, or just like advisors and shit. They're literally just the homie.
yeah, they really were. And what's
Like, they're
crazy too
literally-
is, that the fool, in like a play or any kind of story, is supposed to be
Mm.
the dim-witted person, but or whatever's. But they always say the truest form of knowledge. So like they're unbiased, and they tell it how it is basically. So
Yeah.
that's where most of the wisdom of whatever story is going to come from the fool, because he holds no bearing.
He's a storyteller.
And the fact that it's cool to learn from that video that actual fools were like that too, like in real life.
Yeah, it's really cool because it also goes with like what we've been saying for like the majority of our podcast. It's like people
Well-
always like think differently of you just because like you're funny or something.
Oh, that's
And-
hell yeah. You know,
yeah, but
I can't believe
like,
it. Well, it's because when I was posting you know, my political views and shit, this one girl told me that she was like, "Oh, you don't really mean all that stuff," and I was like, "Yeah, I do." And she was all like, "No, you're just Ivan. You troll. You're just trolling." And I was like, "I'm not trolling." And she's like, "Oh, you're funny." And I was like, "Okay."
Yeah,
So it's like
Hey, the
just
troll
because
troll.
I'm the guy who's like really funny or joking around all the time, they like people just associate that with me, and so that once it comes time for me to form an actual opinion on something, it's like they don't take me seriously.
exactly. And it's like it's bullshit, you know.
Yeah, it's kind of
Because- I don't know. People just lock you into something. It's like when you try to make music or something, and they're like, "Oh, this motherfucker makes music like this, so if he like makes any music, it's gonna be that." You know?
yeah.
And
like
then
this
they listen
song.
to it and it's different. And they're like,
I like this song from
But-
J. Cole that goes, "Don't give him too much, you. Don't let him take control. It's one thing you do. Don't let him take your soul." That shit's hard.
yeah, that sounds hard. And like, I don't know, that video just like really puts a new perspective because like even the outfits,
They were tight.
yeah, they're not only tight, but like also they aren't what they actually always wore.
Oh yeah, I get you.
Yeah, they wore like normal attire. Like they were legit like the fucking king's homie who would just like tell them jokes and stuff and made sure that they were happy.
Yeah.
And they were able to make fun of like the king and shit. But
As
the guy
long as it was like pretty witty and smart.
yeah,
Like you
like-
couldn't just
like-
be like, "Hey, you're a fucking fat ass piece of shit." It had to be like
literally, yeah.
it had to be like playful and like jokey. Not playful, but you feel me?
Mhm.
Like it had to be
I
some
watched-
kind of smart remark.
And that joke wouldn't even stick because fat equals wealth back then. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
fat. Yeah.
Fat like my kingdom.
Oh.
I
And
like,
then,
I like the
But
he
not-
talked about some fool that was the king liked him so much that he bought him his own land and shit, and he
Oh,
could
yeah,
live there,
the-
and he told him he's giving you this land, but you have to come back and fart and shit like that in front of me
Yeah.
every
Oh,
now and
okay,
then.
so I got the full story from that one. So basically, every like Christmas, he would have this routine, and the routine was he did a whistle, no, a jump, a whistle, and a fart. And
What?
this motherfucker gave him 40 acres. He's like, man, this man don't miss. This man
This
don't miss.
this shit busting.
Yeah, this motherfucker fart on command.
It's like
Fart
the
on
fourth.
command, dog. Damn.
And you know
told
what
you
his
that?
last name was?
Oh, you're breaking up.
Oh, so like
Cortisone
I'm just
12.
saying that they're more relatable to Bill Burr. It's like something the fatia, and that's just like I don't know, man. it's real cool how like they're basically just comedians, bro.
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah.
got Bill Burrs back then, like
Yeah.
Yeah, because even
I-
comedians now they tell the truth and like the joke, and people laugh about it.
yeah, I guess
Uh-huh.
Bill Burr's like the female ones too. There was like
Oh
a
yeah.
female chick. She like dressed like a Valkyrie thing, and
Mhm.
Oh
she
yeah,
had
with
like
the
a
wooden sword and shield,
yeah,
and she stopped an assassin from
an
actually.
assassin.
Dude, that's
Literally
crazy.
walk and saying stop.
That's hard.
That's
That's fucking
gangster.
cool.
Yeah.
Angel. Copy. Roger. Roger.
The fuck?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know what happened there, bro.
Yeah, like the bit and it fucking took off.
Yeah, I think it was probably me. 'Cause
Did
it
you
was probably me that I was trying to reconnect.
get the princess? The
Hey,
fuck?
Ivan's name changed.
What is it?
You're saying Marzi now. This girl is trying to bitch to the fucking fool lady, and she's like, I can't stand fools to my right. And then without missing a beat, she like went to her left side, and then she's like, yeah,
Damn
the
gold.
other girl's the fool to her right.
Bro.
Yeah, bro. And another big thing, and this is literally since the start of the podcast, David Dobrik's back, guys.
Oh, I saw a video on my recommended that said David Dobrik's cult, but it was like 50 minutes long, so I didn't want to watch it.
Damn. But also, like, I'm probably part of that cult, bro. I'm still watching.
Can't stand you. Stay
Hey,
strong.
bro, it's good content.
Dude, you're never gonna get a Tesla. Like, drop it.
I don't believe it. I believe I will. Maybe the podcast will become big enough that we talk to David Dobrik, man.
He's gonna get a gay guy to make out with you.
I know.
You're
Oh,
gonna
the guy
like
wasn't gay. He's just like a method actor, bro.
it.
Yeah, he was acting on meth.
Yeah.
Salim the Dream.
What happened?
Salim the Dream. He's the guy that moans in people's ears at the stores.
Oh,
He posted a video of him, and he was like all next to this old man with a white beard, like, moaning in his ear, but this motherfucker like nibbled on his beard. I was like, what the fuck?
nibbled on it?
Yeah, he had a straight face the whole time. I was like, damn.
It's not gay. It's content.
Exactly. And then that was almost it. But there's still only 4 minutes and 20 seconds, so it's like a quick digest. And they the first
Your
thing they
mom's a
did when
quick digest.
Jesus.
What?
Green Inferno.
Huh?
Green Inferno.
And then
At the Lake Arrowhead when we're going to the restaurant, I bit your arm.
I can't believe you. I should still beat you up.
I did too. I was
No,
like, well, everyone's doing it.
I was with the, oh my god, zombies everywhere.
It's like that one scene in The Longest Yard where the guy's like, "I'll never get away from me," blah blah blah, and then Tracy Morgan's like, "Don't act like you ain't never touched this before."
Oh yeah. Shut up.
Angel, don't act like I never bit you on your arm before. Come on, man. You know I've been about this cannibal life, man. Oh shit, I just dry snitched myself.
Call him Hannibal.
Hannibal Lecter. A census taker once tried to test me. I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
Hello, Clarice. Alright. That the David Dobrik thing.
Why does
No.
every YouTuber post on Tuesdays?
Is that true?
Yeah.
I haven't noticed that. But
I think it's like the top week or something like that, like the start of foot traffic. Like, you post it during Tuesday, because Monday no one's gonna check it. Tuesday that you post, Thursday is when they get the traffic, Friday too. Saturday they forget, shit like that.
Damn, bro. Thank you.
Yeah,
So-
it's social.
a thing that happened though when he posted that that he was gonna Dirty Dom commented on his shit and he was like, thanks for putting me in the newest video. And then
Who's Dirty Dom?
the guy who had the rape allegations.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Wow.
he said that, and then on the
Oh,
on the
wow.
newest video, he's not in it. But like
No,
toward the end, there was like a guy who kind of looked like him for like a second, like with what's it called? Like the
loofah?
angle. The angle kind of made it look like him at the very end, and it was like, what the fuck? But it wasn't him, and I was like, oh. I was about to be like, motherfuckers don't learn, bro.
They don't.
But I guess he just did that. He's trying to get some fucking clout before, like, everything's over.
How was your 4th of July, Angel?
I was sick. I just stayed home with the neighbor. We drank a bit. Was posted on the blog listening to Suicide Boys to the system and just smoking. Yeah.
Oh, that's a vibe.
That shit was dumping throughout the neighborhood.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, and then we're just watching the block do fireworks.
That the other day, it wasn't 4th of July, but it was like a week ago, and I was chilling at Angel's house, and then I come outside. Angel's still inside, so I was just chilling for a while until he gets out, and then all of a sudden, like, I see a firework go off out of nowhere, like in the middle of the street, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I was like, what the hell happened right there? There's no one around, and then so like Angel finally gets out like 10 minutes later, and then we walk down the street, and then we're next to the neighbor's car. And so we did the caw, and he's like, "Hey, what's up, guys? Here you go." And he's like, he gives both me and Angel a fucking firework, and I'm like, "Oh, you're the one that set that shit off." He's like, "Oh yeah," and then he's like, "Hold on, let me get out there," because he had like a sunroof, so he did the firework outside of his sunroof, so that's why I didn't see nobody. And then so as he's getting out of his car, Angel throws the firework he gave him back into his car, and he's like, "Yeah, hey, you ain't slick, buddy. I saw that shit. What the fuck? You're too good for my fireworks or what?" And Angel's like, that shit was funny, man.
Bro, my car started getting hot. I need to start opening shit. Like gas now.
My 4th of July was epic. I think I already said it. Yeah, I won. I did the arm wrestling contest.
Yeah.
And I was screaming America. Also, I bought some American flag shades. So originally, I saw these at a 99-cent store, right? But I couldn't afford them. The day I saw
at
them,
the 99-cent store.
Yeah, I don't.
Sounds fucking bad.
Actually, yeah, I think I had $1 in my pocket, in my wallet, but I was
no
like,
tax money.
I gotta get chips. I'm hungry.
I was like, you know what? There's a 99-cent store by my job. I'll just get them there. So then the next day, I go to work, and then I took my break, and then I went on my break. I went to the 99-cent store by my job, and they didn't have them. They had other kinds of shades, but they didn't have the American flag ones. I was like, man, this is whack. So I just bought them on eBay, and the ones on eBay looked way cooler. And so I've been wearing them, and I've been like acting like Bandit Keith, but they're Bridge Bandit Keith. So at the end of every sentence, I go, in America. Yeah, I bought these on eBay in America. And then I'm slanging pizzas in America. And then so yeah, it was pretty cool. People are like, I can't take you seriously with those glasses on, and blah 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 blah. And people, you think you look cool? You think you look cool with those shades on? I'm like, yeah. You don't look cool. Okay.
Well, I mean, you kind of do.
But yeah, so that was cool. So I wore them during my shift on 4th of July, and then once because it was pretty busy, and then once the customers bounced and we were like kind of slow for a little bit, I went up to the window and I had both hands on the window, and I was looking at the fireworks in the distance. It pretty beautiful.
Sounds real cool, man.
Nah, it sucks. I wish I had the day off. I wish I was outside in the open enjoying the fireworks. But at least I got to see some after I got off though. So that was cool.
Did you walk home?
Nah, Robbie took me home.
Robbie.
And we were listening to cool music too. Oh man. What was playing? Fuck. I think it might have been Journey, cause I know I was singing it during my shift, and it might have played in Robbie's car, but I'm not sure. But nonetheless, the music was cool. And, Robbie's a vibe. So I was like, oh shit.
Robbie
He's
is
like,
a vibe.
Yeah. I was like, oh fuck. I was like, bump this shit. He's like, oh hell yeah, this is a good one.
Oh hell yeah, it's a good one. So like, man, I miss Robbie, but I'm gonna miss him even more now. On the freeway, that's kind of like where I spent most of my 4th of July, because I would spend them like on the way to Amazon. Because I used to close like for 5 years. 3 years. Yeah, for like 3 years I was a closer. So when I was head over there, I would go down the 210, look to the sides and everything, and there'll be just like constant fireworks, like almost like as if like I'm the one being celebrated, like on my way to work. It's pretty cool.
Yay, Gallo, yay!
Yeah, you get to not spend time with your family and instead go to a fucking hellhole.
Yay!
Yeah, but
That's
like
why
this time,
we eat the pig. We
you
all
know,
burn together.
I got off of Lowe's early, so I'm heading on the freeway like around 8 o'clock, and I'm heading back. And this time I'm heading toward family, and the fireworks are going off, and it was really cool.
Damn, now you're being celebrated for going to family. Damn.
Yeah, Dom would be real happy with me. Dom Toretto.
I'm Shreddo.
Yeah,
Family?
he's family.
Now, you know what was a cool 4th of July? My last year's 4th of July. Because I called it. I was like, man, because of this pandemic, everyone's going to go hardcore on these fireworks. And so I walked up to Chipotle.
Because of all them stimmies.
Yeah, I walked up to Chipotle, and they were fucking closed. Everything else was open. In and out. Whatever else, I don't care. But Chipotle was closed, and I was like, no. Because my
You know, I have a theory. I'll get back to it though. Keep going.
My plan was to get some Chipotle and then go to this church. That's like right below the 210 or the 215, and sit in their parking lot and enjoy the fireworks because it was like the rest of the city I could enjoy and see. And so yeah, I didn't get the Chipotle, but I still sat in the church parking lot and it was epic, dude. I got to see like all the different fireworks from every angle. And then I went I stood there for like an hour or two, and then I walked down to my house again and then enjoyed some more before I went inside the house. And at one point, like 3 different houses, there were 3 different people put off red, white, and blue fireworks like in sequence. And I was like, no fucking way, like at the same time. And they couldn't have planned that shit because they were all in different neighborhoods.
Hey, bro, remember that thing I sent you where it said "fuck LAPD"?
Yeah.
That was definitely a fucking bunch of neighborhoods, bro.
Oh yeah.
So you don't know, man.
This wasn't, dog. It's not like, unless they were friends, they called each other like, hey, you're about to do the finishing touches? Yeah, man. I got my blue firework right here, man. And he was like, all right, let's do this. And
I got the red one. I got the white. Wait, hold up.
We can't have 2 white.
But yeah, that sounds really dope, bro. I always wanted to get those fireworks, but you know, I don't want to like work that hard.
Remember when we had the fireworks? We spent 4th of July at Jasmine's house, and a bunch of people were there.
And then I fucking like tackled that guy.
Yeah, you and He has no nipples. You guys
Yeah,
jumped over
kid.
the firework. So I mentioned
I
this
wasn't-
in a story before.
I wasn't hurt at all, but then everyone took him inside and like gave him like fucking first aid and shit.
I'm not even gonna say nothing, man. But anyways, that fool. I mentioned a story with him before, and I guess people might have gotten confused because all I said was, "She had no nipples," but that's because this guy would scream that all the time. That was like his catchphrase. Like, we'd be in a big group, and then all of a sudden, "She had no nipples."
I mean, a lot of people in the group had like a thing where that was pretty obnoxious.
Yeah.
But like that, it was kind of like over the top.
Over the top, over the top. Right now it's killing time. Over the top. The only way out is to die. God has spoken for his nonsense. When I scream, aim, and fire, the death toll gets higher.
I'm gonna get higher, man.
I've been working right now.
Are you for real?
Yeah.
Sounds pretty chill. You're just smoking, talking on the phone, getting podcasts done.
Hell yeah. You know, just living life.
How do you guys feel about this?
It's cool when it doesn't cut out.
It's pretty cool.
If it,
I wonder how it's gonna sound.
if
I
it
wonder if I should
records
put it
clear,
different.
if we all sound clear, then it's cool. If not, then it's a big waste of time.
I guess you're right.
That was a big waste of time.
Got him.
I watched this movie called In the Heights. It was a musical. I mentioned it on the last one. Well, I watched.
Yeah, the what's it called? Hamilton guy.
Yeah, and it was pretty fucking cool. Like, all in all, I did cringe like 2 or 3 times because musicals are just kind of cringy to me. but
Yeah.
it was a good story, and it was long as shit. And I heard the plays even longer, but yeah, it was long as fuck. And you know, it's crazy because at the end of the movie, it's like, a lot of characters' stories were like not completed. Like I was like, what about that guy? And what about these peoples? And what about that person? But like overall, it was cool. And the main character, his name is Usnavi, and I like the scene where he tells, because he's the pretty much the whole movie he's telling these kids a story about his younger days, and when he tells the story, it's pretty cool. And he says his dad came to America and saw a Navy boat, and he was like, Usnavi, I'm gonna name my son that, and it said U.S. Navy. And
Usnavi.
yeah, but it's cool because it kind of, well, it basically sounds like my name backwards, which is what I use for like Smash when I play Smash Bros and shit. So I was like, nice. Navi.
Oh, you did want to talk about Smash Bros.
Oh yeah, I want to talk about that too. Yeah, Friday, July the 1st, I think it was, or 2nd. Me, Angel, and Juan went to Nando's to play Super Smash Bros. And then we had like a little tournament, a lot of heads. Or there was like 8, and I made it to the grand finals, and it was tight.
Oh yeah, I remember.
But what happened?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, my heart was beating quick, like fast as fuck. I was so tense. And then
that's a good thing about fighting games, bro. Dead ass.
Yeah, and
when
like I was
like, oof, when you're hyped, bro.
Yeah. So then after the tournament was over, is like all that skill that I had was gone. Like I was getting my ass whipped left and right. I guess once the stakes were high, I showed up, but then once they were gone, I was like, oh. Yeah, and then everyone was like smoking outside, and then me and Steve went back inside, and then we played, and I beat him, and then the earthquake happened, and it was crazy, cause like,
oh yeah, that is what I remember, the earthquake shit. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I couldn't feel it. I couldn't feel it on my legs, but I could feel the walls moving. So it kind of seemed like an alien spaceship landed on the roof, and then me and Steve looked at each other. We're like, what the fuck? And we went outside to go check up on everyone else, and everyone was like, yeah, dude, we almost fell, blah blah blah. And we were like, whoa.
I was like, no.
I explained that shit. I explained my experience with the earthquake like 3 times. I explained it to them 3 times, and everyone was just like, oh, I see.
Because they didn't want aliens, bro.
Yeah.
They were the aliens, bro. Everyone else got abducted. Angel, you cutting off.
Oh, I thought the look on closer.
Yeah, because you're doing that whole Verizon wireless. Can you hear me now? Type shit.
Can you hear me now?
Oh yeah, that's better.
Good.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Good. But no.
Yeah.
Good.
I took shrooms yesterday again.
Nice. How was it?
That shit was trippier than most of my other experiences. I was trying to take a shit because I thought I had to take a shit. Yeah.
Oh, that turned you on?
Yes, I was right. And I took a shit. I was like, man, I'm bloated. And
you're like,
the shrooms kicked
in,
and
my negative energy.
No, I started seeing patterns, and the fucking floor got fuzzy, right? And then all my limbs got weak, and I was like, "Fuck, I can't get up." I was like, I can't take a shit. My stomach exploded. I was like, and then I looked at the doorknob, dog, and the door wasn't even locked. So I was like, "Fuck, someone's gonna walk on me at the same time." And I was just looking at
a limp Angel on the fucking toilet.
No.
What if like your acid trip or your mushroom trip was so strong that if someone got within your radius, they started seeing the shit you were seeing, but they were like, they themselves are normal, but they could see you like getting melted and shit.
Bro, that's the next update on the Tesla shit.
But as I was staring at this doorknob, I was thinking I need to get up to lock this door, but I couldn't get up, and I swear to God, the color of the walls were changing, like a hue, like the hues were changing like slowly and shit. And I was like, what the? And then when I finally got up from the toilet, fucking everything turned bright white, like a bright white light in the bathroom. Like it was all normal and shit. I was like, what the fuck? And I got stuck outside for like 15, 20 in one spot.
Minutes.
I did this interesting poll. on my story.
Oh, yeah.
One that I've been wanting to do for a while, and then I saw this trailer for this movie, and I was like, that's pretty much kind of what my thought process was when I was gonna post this poll, and I was like, huh, interesting. So then now I finally felt like it was the right time to post it. Well, I was gonna talk about it, the next actual podcast, not a bonus episode, but fuck it, I'll say it right here, since I did it last night. But last time I checked, well, I put which do you favor, drugs or nostalgia, and in my point of view, I feel like nostalgia becomes a drug because you just keep chasing it and you keep trying to find that feeling, and then eventually, like, you know how too much of a good thing is bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember like
I always think about that because like too much of anything, like it could literally be anything is bad for you.
Bad to the bone. Yeah, and like I would think about that, like especially as a kid. When you're a kid, you're like, man, I wish I could go back to when I was even younger, bro. But one time I had a dream where I actually went back in time to like 2011 or 10, right? And I woke up at Gary's house, and I was like, I just felt terrible. I was like, oh, this is terrible. Like, it wasn't because it was Gary's house, but it was because I was just like, damn, like, I'm really back in the past, and now I have to live through everything again. This sucks. It was like a loop, an endless fear loop, a fate worse than death. Nah, bro, it was kind of bad. And so when I woke up, I was like, damn, I'm glad I'm not back in time. But yeah, but nostalgia it feels amazing, right? Like you play that old video game you used to play, or you listen to some old music you used to listen to, and have a grand old time. But yeah, you can't stay stuck in the past forever because you got to move on. And it's just interesting. And then so I'll say this though, the results from the last time I checked it was 40-60. So drugs had like 6 people and nostalgia had 9 people. And I was pretty surprised to see who chose what. Like people, 2 people picked nostalgia, and I could have sworn they would have picked drugs. And then 2 people picked drugs, and I was like, I would have took you for a nostalgia person. But yeah, it was crazy. It was interesting. This is a social experiment.
Yeah, I know what I chose. Do you know what I chose?
You didn't even vote, dog.
I voted, bro.
Oh, you did vote.
What about Angel? What did you choose?
You already know
I chose drugs.
Wow.
The SpongeBob music?
Bro.
Huh?
You need to go to rehab. Winehouse shit.
No, bro.
I like what Samson said. He said something to the extent of nostalgia is within the drugs or some shit like that. I was like, damn, that's deep.
Nah.
And then this other girl named Anna, she was like, nostalgia on drugs. And I was like, damn, you're an intellectual.
¿Por qué no los dos?
¿Por qué no los dos?
It has to be nostalgia, bro.
I'd say, yeah, I choose nostalgia too, and I would consider alcohol a drug.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Like,
I love getting drunk.
Nostalgia doesn't mean like no drugs or anything. Also, because you could be nostalgic about a drug. Like legit. Yeah. Remember when you said that you were happy about the time that you went to mow my lawn and you were drinking stuff, then you went to work and like, it was all just a vibe.
Mm-hmm.
That's nostalgia. If you drink a Corona, you might be remembered of that moment.
Yeah. And you know what reminds me of that? The fact that Angel drinks with all his neighbors now. I'm like, oh, that's what I used to do.
Maybe you can be a guest on his podcast.
Reminds me of the Mingos when we used to all chill together and shit.
The Mingos.
Mango. You gotta let that man go. Let that man go. Miguel Prado is in the Heights, in the movie In the Heights.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I forgot.
He's in a lot of things.
He's in a lot of things, and I'm surprised he looks the same.
Senator Organa?
Yeah, Senator Organa. I call him Miguel Prado because, like, I watched Star Wars as a kid, but I was not paying attention to him in that movie. He's just like a senator off to the side, and he's like Leia's stepdad. But the first time I actually started like cognitively recognizing him is after I watched Dexter, and he plays a character named Miguel Prado.
Oh yeah,
he's like a politician. Yeah, and honestly, oh damn, spoilers for Dexter, but I mean, if you haven't watched Dexter yet, you gotta get on that shit. But man, my favorite scene, my favorite all-time scene in Dexter is when he kills Miguel Prado, dude. It was like the best death scene that Dexter delivered because like, the way he like kills him and the way the color fades out and like, damn,
Mhm.
it was clean.
It's
But
a good show.
that's a damn good show, man.
It's kind of dated now
Yeah,
because of the way
You-
they shot it and everything.
yeah. You know what's always kind of cringy to me when they try to show off like hot babes. They're trying
Yeah,
to show off girls who are supposed to be hot and shit.
because it's in Miami or something.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I could do without that.
Mhm.
Like, don't get
They
me
do
wrong.
that shit in Burn Notice too.
What happened?
They do that shit in Burn Notice too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Burn Notice.
Yeah, because it's in Miami too. So they just have a bunch of close-up scenes of the hot babes.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. It's cool and all, but
It's cringy.
sometimes, yeah, it's cringy, and sometimes it's not why I'm watching the show.
It's not welcome here.
What's it call it? Loki. Loki's going
bro,
hard.
I'm
Owen
the
Wilson.
episode right now.
I'm gonna watch it too. Owen Wilson's in the new Loki show, and
Oh,
he's
wow.
fucking
He's
awesome.
good.
He's
He's
fucking good.
Oh,
He plays a character named Mobius,
I leg-
and he looks cool. He has like white hair, and he's all
I
like,
wow.
he's like, oh wow. No, I'm just kidding. He
Some
doesn't do that, but he does say something that rhymes with wow.
No, he says,
That's
"Wow, okay."
Uh,
And then someone made it.
Wow.
And
Wow.
the man just loves jet skis, man. He loves jet skis, dude. Like that's
No, he
that's
says-
all you got. That's all you gotta know.
He says, "Whoa," and then it just make him say, "Wow." So I'll
Whoa.
take that. I'll take that as a win. He's
Oh,
like,
Oh, you know
"Whoa."
what I like a lot about him too, about his
Wow.
character, is that he's basically a detective, which is
Yeah.
really cool. And it's like he plays a really fucking good detective, man. Like it's fucking
He's
tight.
just-
Because I always liked Luke Wilson more, especially with the Idiocracy and shit. Like Luke Wilson was always like the cooler brother to me, and Owen Wilson was kind of whack, and Joe Taylor was kind of funny, but like it doesn't hold up. But like, damn, Owen Wilson, he showed up.
see because it's a Marvel movie.
This one
Really well.
the one YouTuber I mentioned last time, the internet's janitor, he said that this is like the best actor coming into the MCU, playing himself since Jeff Goldblum, and I was like, I kind of see it. Jeff
I see it
Goldblum's
better.
definitely, yeah. Jeff Goldblum's definitely Jeff Goldblum in his character. Like that's obviously, I mean that's kind of
Yeah,
how
that's
we
how
always act, especially nowadays. But Owen Wilson, I didn't even see him as Owen Wilson. Like I saw him as the character Mobius. So that means he did his job right, like really well, which is cool.
Oh wow.
Oh wow!
I think Angel is getting disconnected. You back, Angel?
Yeah.
All right, let's sign this motherfucker off.
Let me
This is Angel
one
G.
final thing.
Oh.
Yeah, so when I was trying to like talk about my leaving of work last time, I didn't hit all the topics I wanted to really. You guys basically got me the job without me even applying because I was pretty down bad.
I just know a guy, you know?
You knew a guy who knew a guy, and the guy got me in. And it's been a real great experience. The only reason I stayed there was because of how great the chemistry between everyone was.
Hell yeah, bro! That's
could
what
do
a lot
without
of people say.
Yeah, I could do without the
Yeah,
pay, like
family.
yeah, the pay wasn't enough, and the distance wasn't enough. I mean, was far.
Dude, imagine if you were still living at your old spot before you
but
moved.
it'd be a different story.
Yeah, it'd be a totally different story right now.
But that's not how life is right now.
Yeah. You know what happened? Damn.
So yeah, all the managers there were cool.
Aw, thank you.
It's
Yeah. Assistant manager right here.
Assistant to the manager.
And then I'll be missed is what I'm saying.
I'm gonna miss you too, Gallo. You already know that.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
GG.
maybe like
GG.
maybe I do an 8 one day or something.
Someday. Somehow. I tried to get my soul back today.
Oh.
Yeah,
You gonna talk
I
about
was
that?
thinking about. Yeah, I was doing 5K runs.
Mm-hmm.
So I was doing 3 miles, but I would do 3.5, and then I did two of those, and then I was like, last night I was just thinking like, damn, I'm gonna do fucking 8 miles tomorrow. Let's go. And so this morning, I was running, and oh man, I was at 5 miles. I didn't know though, but I was like thinking like I might give up, and I'm like, no, don't fucking say that, don't give up. And then I kind of felt like I probably could have kept going, but I gave up, and then I stopped at a
Oof.
park, and then I drank some water from the fountain, and then I laid on top of a bench, and I fucking like my body started to fucking, you know how like Goku. I don't know if you guys watch Dragon Ball Super, but when Goku goes Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken, and then when he's done, his body
Mm-hmm.
starts breaking and shit, and he falls to the floor, and it's like, damn,
Well, it
I
makes sense
started
because
feeling,
of what.
yeah, so I started feeling that shit, and like say I was just like phasing out on top of this bench, and then I put like the the park's really cool, like it has like this canopy of trees in the top
Oh.
view, so I put this song called Sticker Bush Symphony from Donkey Kong Country. I never played Donkey Kong Country, but those games have fucking amazing music that I just recently found out. So
Yeah.
Sticker Bush
And
Symphony's background kind of looks like that, so that's why I put that on, and
that's
I
the
was having a
post
grand old time.
you
Huh?
put up today.
Oh
That
yeah,
was the
that's the
Instagram
photo I
post.
put up. Yeah. And then like some guy in a white shirt walked past me, and then he walked past me again, and then I don't know, he disappeared after that. And then but yeah, so I was just thinking like, damn, a fucking lemon lime Gatorade would smack right now. So all I have on me was my keys and my phone. So I was gonna use Apple Pay when I got to the 7-Eleven. That's on Cactus and Baseline, and that's all I was
Mm-hmm.
thinking about was like, ooh, lemon lime Gatorade. And then like on the way there, there's this long trail by the Water District, and so I put my music back on and I jogged through that and I sprinted at the end. And then I was like, ooh, I was sweating, I was dripping buckets. I was like, let's go, I'm about to drink this Gatorade. And the line was long as fuck. And I was
Oof.
like, oof. And then these two guys took forever, man. I was like, damn, come on. And then like, um, I had went to this other 7-Eleven that's on Foothill, down the
Mm-hmm.
street from there, and it's like it's an annexed, so it's like there's other stores in the same building, so they accept Apple Pay, right? But
Yeah.
this one on Cactus and Baseline, it's big, it's huge, it's its own building, and I get to the fucking clerk and I put the Gatorade right there and I take my phone out and he's like, "Oh, we don't have Apple Pay, bro," and I was like, "What?" And I was like, "What?" And he's like, "We don't." I was like, "You don't?" And he goes, "Nah." And I was like,
Matt laughing at you?
"Yeah." He was laughing at me, and I was like,
The
"What the fuck?"
audacity.
And he was like, "Oh, I'm sorry." And I was just like, I just walked out and I left the Gatorade on the counter. And I was like, "This is 9x1 bullshit." Like,
There's three of them.
how does this own like big ass 7-Eleven not have fucking Apple Pay, but this fucking trashy ass 7-Eleven down the street does? Like, it don't make no more fucking sense. But
You weren't being rewarded for your behavior today.
what do you mean?
You should have finished your miles, bro.
Yeah, but
If you did it all,
I
life would
still
have been
did.
different.
I did 5 miles. Nah, I wouldn't have got the
Oh,
Gatorade. I wouldn't have got the Gatorade then, because then I would have went all the way home. But I did
yeah,
go to
but there's a Walgreens by your house.
I did go to the Walgreens by my house, and I got a Gatorade from there. And the clerk there was super fucking nice and chill. And I was like, "You got Apple Pay?" And he's like, "Yeah, we do." And I was like, "Sick." And I paid. And he's like, "Thanks. Have a good day." And I was like, "You too, man." And then I went outside. Oh yeah, because the other thing, another reason why it was a huge disappointment to me, on top of the fact that my mouth was dry as fuck and I was dying, was the fact that I make cool Spotify playlists, and I have this one that I'm listening to a lot right now that I made that I love, and
Mm.
I tried. I was just thinking of the fact. Wait, hold up.
Yeah, a little side note. I've been trying to listen to like song radio,
Uh,
and I found one that hit, and it was like the one that it changed. It changed on me, and it was like the one that got it basically.
oh
And I think
shit, that
about that one
sucks,
a lot.
man. That's not. I feel your pain.
I should have downloaded it,
Yeah, I
but
fucking
fuck.
I went to oh yeah, so this playlist I made, I was like, oh, this shit would so smack if I was drinking a Gatorade, lemon Gatorade, and so like I was just thinking about, I was holding on to that that feeling of drinking that Gatorade and listening to that music. And then once I finally did do that shit, woo! It was amazing, bro. Like the Gatorade was like on a godly level. I call it new
Okay.
nostalgia. I made new nostalgia with that music and that taste of that Gatorade.
Nostalgia. Or the name of your album?
Yeah.
Alrighty then. I guess that's a good way to end this.
Oh
This has
yeah.
been Gal-
Yeah. You got to celebrate the little wins, the little victories. You know.
the little wins. You'll
I
get
didn't
it.
make. I was three miles short of my goal, but at least I tried. You know, if you're trying, if you're not doing anything, then you're not doing anything. But if you try, you're gonna end up somewhere. And even if you fail, you're gonna end up somewhere better than where you were because you actually tried.
Yeah, that brings us to the Jim Carrey's dad. He said, "You could do what you love and fail, but you could also do what you hate and fail. So just choose the one that you love, because at least you failed at doing something you love."
That's right. Makes it okay.
Yeah. I think about that a
Amazing.
lot, man.
You
Because
do?
you
Yeah, I
could
think
literally you could be doing something you don't even want to do and still fail at it. Don't don't do those things. Huh. This has been Gallo V.
Angel G.
And Ivanhoe.
Stay blessed.
And thank you for listening to the Fools Podcast, where you could be a fool.
And not fool yourself.
Bonus episode.
Bonus episode.
Bonus
Tell-
episode.
Tell us how this was, how the recording was. This was pretty chill. Angel, Ivan, I'm gonna ask you guys to take a selfie right now about where you are currently, and we'll
For
post them
sure.
up. I already took mine.
Oh, okay.
Have a great night, guys.
You too.
Have
Bye,
fun.
guys.
Miss you. Love you. Bye.